Ah!
Is that how it sounds?
Yes, we are starting the year. You know, of course, I know it's the second week in the year. It's the second Wednesday in the year, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And, well, as always, we always bring something fresh, something new, something exciting.
Definitely.
New montage.
New montage. It blew me out my mind. It's the first time I'm here for this one. But hey, come on. We are here for a wonderful 2024. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome. It's all presents here. And MM is looking like a present.
Thank you, Mark.
All wrapped in black and red. All right, say hey, come on. Well, it's work. I mean, we've already started. The second week is in full gusto. We're looking all set. We're looking all ready. And we are set to ensure that this is a wonderful morning for you.
And like Mike said, I am the gift. And well, we are the gifts that keep giving.
Deliver yourself.
Yeah, on the Wake Up Nigeria show. And of course, we wouldn't be doing this alone. We have three
definitely.
in the kitchen.
Woo, wrap and go.
What's exciting you people?
It's montage now.
Why the excitement?
New year, new energy.
You don't see montage.
Good morning, guys. It's a new montage.
So I thought I was on another show. Say, wait, is this Wake Up I came to? Or which show? Where am I? But hey, come on. We are here to ensure it's going to be a wonderful morning. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Email Kocha. Remember that you can watch us live on GOTV, UHF channel 49.
Definitely.
And of course, you could also catch us live also on tvcentertainment.tv.
Definitely, that's where you can do that on social media. It's TVC Entertainment _ across all our socials, where you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeriaontvc to interact with us. Let's get straight into what we have for this morning.
Yes, and of course on relationships this morning, we have Michael Ihioma. And this morning we'll be talking about the change of name debates in relationships. Yeah, that debate has been going on for a while now.
It has. Recently, I've also been hearing something about the change of name and all of that, and I will talk about that. I would like to hear what he has to say, his own take on that one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have nutrition after that, and we have Bode Agbe, known for the body create method, as she helps busy women create better habits and routines that help them lose weight and keep it off for good, as we discuss myth-busting nutrition tips.
And for musical performance on the show today, we have Michael Olawale, popularly known as Wale West. And for our last guest this morning, we have Tolu Obanro. He's a Nigerian film composer. He's made a score for Gangs of Lagos, Jagun Jagun, and the recently box office hits, A Tribe Called Judah.
I'm so African. My name is Tolu Obanro.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll talk about all that, guys. This is the first time I'm seeing you guys this year, so let's talk about Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Let's talk about how the holidays were for you. Even though we didn't, you had holiday. You said you took a first holiday. We didn't have holiday. But tell me, how was holidays for you?
You're
guys?
working during all the holidays.
Don't we work? You see what I said? See what I said? I don't know, media, we don't take holidays. But this is, I don't know if you're media or what. But hey, come on, tell me about your holidays. How did it go?
It went great.
Did you travel?
No.
Okay, going here.
I traveled within my house. It was okay. It was fun. I think it was more of like family time. I mean, after the runway, Christmas was like 2 days after. So to be honest, it was just slow.
Just a blur.
It just
went.
Exactly. I think just sleeping, waking up, watching movies. I attempted going out on New Year's Day, but that did not work.
How do you do that?
Because
I don't do so. That's
25th all over.
Exactly. 25th and 1st. Those are days I do my best not to go out.
Not to go anywhere.
Just for me, there was a particular day. Was it? No, I think it was after Reps and Runway. Something just entered my head and said, Mike, you need to clear your head. Go to the beach. You know the thing. That, you know that so normally I feel like if I ever do move to some parts of the island, the beach is going to be one major reason. I'd want to just walk out every morning and look at the horizon. And so I might just go and clear your head, just look at the water and all of that. See, it was the worst mistake in my life.
Why?
I spent like 2 hours
in traffic.
Just coming.
That's
That's not traffic. You have seen the gate of the beach, or you have come out from the gate. You spend like 1 hour there. plus.
Wow.
I remember we were supposed to spend some time with family friends who flew in on the beach. And then on our way there, we saw the traffic. We said, bruh,
Let's change.
turn
Go to the...
immediately. I'm
Okay.
not going to spend all that time in traffic
In
and
traffic,
just ruin the whole experience.
you could turn.
Yeah.
For a lot of people like myself, we could not turn. You tell us about your holiday, of course, when we get to what's up and about. Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Mesikeno. I begin with very, very interesting news and exciting news that will make a number of people very happy. Majority, as President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate slashing of the expenditure of official travels for domestic and international by a whopping 60%. The directive was handed down by President Bola Tinubu a few hours ago and was contained in a statement signed by the presidential spokesperson, Ajuri Ngelale. Mr. Ngelale says the development will affect the office of the president, vice president, first lady, ministers, and heads of agencies. The directive also entails that the huge security detail that follows the president around on local trips will also be reduced and allow the security agencies in states that the president will visit to handle security arrangement for the president. He also said every minister is limited to having just 4 members of staff on any foreign trip, while heads of agencies are limited to just 2. These are the number of persons approved by the president for federal and state entourage. For foreign trips, the president 20 persons, vice president 5 persons, first lady 5 persons. For local trips, the president 25 persons, vice president 15 persons, first lady 10 persons.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, by his most recent directive, approved a massive cost-cutting exercise that will cut across the entire federal government of Nigeria and the offices of the president himself, the vice president, and the office of the first lady. It will be conducted in the following fashion. 1, the official trips that will be undertaken within the country, that is, when Mr. President or the Vice President travels to any state within the country, the massive bills that accrued due to allowances and ESTA code for security detail coming from Abuja, going and traveling into those states, will be massively cut due to the directive of the President that the security outfits within states, whether it be police, DSS, or branches of the military, will frontline his protective detail when he travels to those states.
We'll take a very short time out. Stay with us. The show is just getting on the road. Woo! Happy New Year once again. Happy New Year, ladies. And the new year has come with plenty.
Plenty, oh my God.
Plenty. And in just a short while. It's been so...
Very first
Back
day.
to back,
As in-
back to back.
Yeah, I think
It's just been
it
so
kind of
much.
tells you how the year is going to go.
No, it's
People
too much
expecting that...
drama.
Yeah, it's a
First
leap
of all,
year,
the
by the way.
theme
Yeah, it's
of
a
the
leap
year.
No,
No grief for
No grief for
anybody.
That one alone.
but that what's something like that's our normal theme. Normally, our normal theme is no grief for anybody. So now when you add 2024 joy, my point is, as you are doing, just be careful.
No, Mike, this year we are, manifesting
You're grief for
ease.
people.
Ease.
Okay.
People, yeah.
Okay.
But don't come for me.
Don't go.
because I'm like a snake. You don't see me coming.
No, we see
So
you.
just avoid me.
It all started with, of course, the state governor and the army personnel. You know how the new year started, and that one went back and forth. Of course, by the way, the army have released a statement and all of that, and which is quite a cool, good, thing. But social media is buzzing, and the number one topic on social media has to be the late Prophet T.B. Joshua and the controversial documentary released by the BBC. It's been on back and forth. People have had so much to say. But first of all, this is an investigative report, and they reached out to the Synagogue Church of All Nations, and they also released a statement. Now, the synagogue says that all the reports, everything in the reports are unfounded, and they are false, and they are lies. So that is the official statement from the Synagogue Church of All Nations. But for those, I've not seen all of it, just seen little clips and all of that. A number of people are saying they are not surprised that they knew about all of this. But it brings, the question now comes into, some people will say religious ensnarement, as it were, being ensnared by religious leaders. And we know the kind of power religious leaders have in in Africa, as it were. The revelations in there are quite shocking. Basically,
Not all shocking.
Not all shocking to, like I said, to a lot of people. The idea is that this man was running a cult, and he was a cult leader and all of that, imprisoned people. Something that was quite interesting there was where there's a statement attributed to him, allegedly, that he said that he was going to punish the white people for what they did to his ancestors.
Yeah.
And so we saw videos of the whites and also blacks building the church. So you see them carrying pants on their head and all of that. And you know, over here might not be a big deal. I mean, I have been in places where we had to, you know, because it felt like you're giving to a place where you had to even build. But over there, you cannot use someone for labor and you don't pay wages and all of that. So it can be, it's very different. Exactly. But then a lot of these people who said that even when they came from outside the country, they were ensnared, sort of, like it was like they were in a trance. They just came in and all of that. So, you know, so the thing now I want to say is this here. What do you guys, with all that has happened, or all that was released in the documentary, and from the different takes, what are your thoughts on it?
When I saw the video, to be honest, like you said earlier on, it wasn't shocking. It wasn't all shocking.
It was all shocking
There
for a
were a
number
few
of people.
revelations, but these are still, yes, there were a few testaments as well. Some of these people that were involved in it, you know,
including
in the abuse, in the enslavement, alleged enslavement. I need to add that. There were his daughter.
Yeah.
Outside of wedlock, also, you know, she was also in the documentary. She also, you know, there were also a few revelations. She also, you know, gave a testament of the abuse that she also suffered, you know, with him, you know, she being locked up at the point where he found out that she existed. She was locked up. She was constantly abused, not just by him, but by everyone, you know, that came in contact with her. Yeah. You know, it's
based off his
instructions. So it's a very the question now is, why is this documentary coming out now? Because, I mean, the person being, the man being, TB Joshua being held, you know, in contempt here, or contempt here. He's no longer here. So he cannot defend himself. There's no one to defend him on his behalf. So yes, the church has released an official statement, but I would like to believe that because from the testimonies, or from the revelations, rather, I'll use revelations, some of the activities are actually criminal activities.
Yes. If
he was alive, and, you know, and these revelations came out, he would be arrested, and then, of course, investigations would, you know, would be carried out. And if he's guilty at the end of that investigation, he would be held liable.
Danny, what do you think about this?
Maybe they can arrest his cops and put it behind us. Anyway.
But you see, there's something, I just want to put this to you here. There's something. We know that at a particular point in time, there was a building collapse in that compound.
Yes.
Almost 90 people died.
Yes.
Nobody answered for that till today.
Today.
Yes. So this is what I have to say, right? So, I mean, during the course of the church, the truth is, this is not the first time stories like this are coming out, right? Maybe this is the first time it's coming out in detail.
On this scale, yeah.
On this scale, exactly, where people are actually going. And definitely for BBC to produce and release a story about you. Do you understand? Definitely, the instructions to do so definitely came from some, I don't know, I don't want to say some...
Unscrupulous.
Not even unscrupulous, like some strong men. Do you understand? But then again, the issue, it's not an issue per se. I'll just say that stories like, because I remember growing up, because I mean, the church had been up for a very long time. I remember growing up, there were different stories here, stories there. There's just been some sketchy things here and there about the church, the way it's run, and things like that. So now the question, back to the question, why is this documentary released at this time? Now, there were stories about the issue of handing over. So now, after his passing, after his demise, who does the church go on to find? The people who helped him build the church, or the wife. So different things coming up here and there. So I'm really not sure how to see. First of all, maybe to start churches now, they should be
due diligence.
There should be a process. Seriously,
You see,
there should
yeah,
be a
my
process,
major
certain
takeaway from this now, people are
and all of that.
the question to those of you who are asking why did he come out after his passing, I think that this is something that we can all learn from, right? In such a way like this, we need to talk. These things might be happening in other places or are happening in other places.
But no one is coming. No one is saying anything.
Recall the case of Reverend King, who is, you know, who is basically in there and is supposed to face the gallows.
Yeah.
This person went as far as even burning church members. You understand? And these ones now are crimes that he has been, you know, incarcerated. You understand? The law has found him guilty for that. So it's no longer a case of alleged or whatever.
Yes, of course.
Now, my point is this: we can all learn from this. In wherever you are, a religious institution, any sort of institution that doesn't feel right, there are things that are happening. Talk to somebody. If you cannot go to the law enforcement agencies, then talk to somebody beside you. Yes, these people, some of them can be very powerful. Like I mentioned, over 90 people died, almost 90 people died in a collapsed building, and nothing happened.
In that documentary that have been speaking out
and
since
people,
2018.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they've
Since 2018,
different
they
stories
have
have been coming out.
speaking
Right,
out.
Gravity.
They have been speaking out,
They have
and
been.
nothing
Nothing
was
has been
done
done.
about it.
Yeah.
Nothing was done about
That's what I'm
it.
saying. So now
so it still goes back to these powerful people, you know, who have
decided to bring out the story on this scale.
Other than
So
that,
that's
there's still some sort of control over, you know.
and even till
Security
now,
agencies.
right?
I
And
agree.
even now the documentary
I
is out.
agree.
What has been done?
What has been
right?
done?
Is the arena, is it still open? Are people still going to worship?
I hear it's still open.
So that's the thing. So, I mean, now brings down to where we are in Nigeria, the society and things like that. So
We'll continue with
there's
this,
a lot of-
Winfrey. I wish we had more time, but there's so much to talk about. But let's hear your thoughts on all of this. Hit us up on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.tvc. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts, and of course, we'll definitely interact with you and all of that. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I'm here with Chef Belinda. How are you doing, Chef Belinda?
Well,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's 2023. Are we changing our theme song?
No, why not?
I'm not changing why now? It's New Year. That's not to stay. Awesome. Okay, tell me what. Anyways, how was your holiday? How's the new year going?
We're cooking.
You're cooking? Of course, now it's Christmas. You have to cook. You have to cook. But that means money was coming in, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you trying. I see I'm being humble. It's all right. So tell me, what are we making today?
Yeah, today we're making a dish called quinoa.
Quinoa. Okay, this is actually
Quinoa.
very healthy.
Hey, you know it's a bit fast.
Yes, of
At
course.
least I see somebody that can resonate with me. Because when people say, what is quinoa again? What is this?
They've
one?
shaded all of you. Okay, so now quinoa is actually something really, really healthy, and I know it's actually a very good substitute for rice,
Yes,
right? But people
yes.
that are diabetic, you have the problem, so nothing to worry about.
Just keep saying
Well, I
it.
keep
Don't
saying
stop
that,
talking
yes.
it.
All right, so tell me what's the process
Yeah, there
for
are different ways to prepare
to
this
make it,
quinoa,
yes.
But this one today we'll start by we'll toss this in a little oil.
Okay.
First of all, toss it, then we'll now boil it.
Okay.
In water.
Okay.
Then the amount of water you use, it has to be proportionate
To the yes,
to the quinoa. So you use,
because it swells now, right?
Yes, it swells, but
Yes.
if the water is too much, it goes soggy.
To get, oh, okay,
So it's
okay,
just one
okay.
kind of water.
All right, so we have to measure the water properly.
measure the water.
Okay, so how are we making? Like, what is? So I see that's fish.
Yeah,
So what
that's
ingredients
fish
we need
fillet. We
to
just
bring.
fry that one, pan fry that with
Okay.
fat and all that. That will be a side of it.
All right.
And these vegetables will be paired into this quinoa.
It's definitely. So I think it actually can be also a couscous recipe.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Let's call this the senior brother.
The senior, this one is the grandfather. The other, the senior grandfather of couscous. Amazing. So of course on this plate, here we have tomatoes. We have. But are we blending anything? Are we slicing?
We're chopping all those.
We're
ones.
chopping it all.
Slice them.
Okay.
Cut them to good cuts.
Okay, so we have pepper, bell peppers red, we have tomatoes, we have carrots, we have onions, we have green peppers, we have lettuce, we have cabbage, we have fish fillet, and of course we have our meat. What are we using our meat for?
In the quinoa.
In the quinoa as well. Are we frying it or is it just going straight in?
It's going straight in. Or
going
we'll
straight
fry it with the vegetables then. We'll now pan fry it with it.
Okay, so we can fry it with vegetables as well. We'll now pan fry it. And of course we have some sweet corn right here. And we have mix. What mix is this?
Mixed spice.
Mixed spice, all right.
It's actually mixed by my daughter. Just
Mixed by your daughter. How's your daughter, by the way?
She's fine.
Oh, growing bigger every day. All right. And this is ginger, or is it ginger and garlic?
Yes, ginger and garlic.
Ginger and garlic. Mashed and mixed together. All right, amazing. How long does this dish naturally take?
And it doesn't take time really because once it boils like this, just let it cook. Then the pan fry, everything put together, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So see, this new year we're eating healthy and we're eating quick, healthy meals. There's no time to waste time in the kitchen, all right? Just sharp, everything. So now what are we starting with?
You will start with this, come this way, turn this quinoa here.
You don't start to.
I never give you something
new year, you don't start.
This one is just to fry. Pour inside this pan, then you toss with this spoon.
Okay. And why do we do this? So that...
at least that's oil there, right? So that it won't go soggy.
So
After
it will
still go losing to be adante, kind of.
Okay.
Still losing it up.
We're losing it up a bit.
Yes.
Okay. So the oil is so it doesn't get too soggy.
Yes. So you toss it, let the oil embed, so you just turn round, make sure it gets fine.
Belinda,
So why I
go? This is no good for everybody. But let's not be as sick.
You go agree for me for this situation.
Oh my goodness.
Give me the easier one to do now. So that's water. Let me check if that fire is on already. If that gas
is on, Joe.
Are you sure? Make sure it's on the highest. So that the water will boil. Once the water boils,
right? Okay, so we're putting it in already boiled water.
Yes.
And the water, we also have some drops of oil as well.
Yes.
Alrighty.
It has to loosen up because one thing, once this quinoa becomes soggy, you won't like it at all.
You won't like to eat it.
You won't like to eat
it.
So once
So when the water is hot, how many minutes do we need to leave it for?
When the water is hot? When the water is hot, like 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So
I mean, you can even do without like boiling it directly now.
And some people just pour the water over it and cover it
up.
Quinoa, if it's couscous, yeah, but quinoa is a bit harder than couscous.
Yes, it is.
Just let it boil a little.
All right, so now we have quinoa right here in veggies.
Quinoa. Right? I like the pronunciation.
You like the pronunciation?
The spelling is quinoa.
Quinoa, all right.
Look like queen something.
With Chef Belinda. It smells good already, and I definitely cannot wait to see what it's going to turn out looking nice. All right, so we need to head over to the couch right now.
Now, there's that age-old debate about change of names when it comes to relationships. I remember growing up and taking a look at some papers, and I'll see cutouts, different little cutouts, and say change of names. I was once Miss this, I am now Mrs. this, and all of that. Well, today we have Miracle Ihoma, and we're going to be talking about that change of name, that debate from a professional and expert angle, and understand what all the ruckus and all of that is about. It's great to have you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year once again. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. First of all, there is a debate about, let's identify the fact that is there really a debate about change of names? Is it something that has always been there, or maybe something that we can say it's just something coming up really? Because back then, I don't think there was so much of a debate, but these days you have people having compound names saying, okay, I want to keep my maiden name and join with my husband's name and all of that. It wasn't so mainstay back then, but now it's the case now. So what is the debate now at this point?
Yeah. So the advent of things like social media and the different dispensations in terms of generations have actually given birth to a lot of people coming out to talk more about their innermost desires, things that were not there before now during our parents' time. Okay. So it looks like the debate about a change of name is only fruit of a tree, right? So what that means is, because there are a lot of other debates. For instance, people are a lot more aware and unwilling to stay in abusive relationships now than it used to be back then.
Yeah.
So it looks like people are gaining their voices more and then voicing out their innermost desires. Even though some of those innermost desires might not really be, will I say, authentic, because sometimes it's influenced by a lot of other things. But at least we are happy that people are speaking about these things, and of course that gives them the opportunity to be able to deal with them.
So what is your stance on this debate and all of that, as it were?
Yeah, so I believe that it differs from person to person. Okay. I wouldn't want to give a generic opinion about whether to keep the maiden name or, embrace your husband's name and all of that. But you also need to consider a lot of things, one of which is culture. Because culture is important and has to be protected so that you don't then begin to have problems with your in-laws or even with your husband or wife, herself or himself. Because sometimes there has to be some sort of congress and agreement between the both parties involved to say, okay, what do you think is obtainable? What do you think we should do? Right? So if for instance, I was getting married to an Otedola's daughter, I don't mind
This guy.
I don't mind taking up I don't mind taking up a name, man. Because that would open doors for me.
Wait. So, you're making it conditional now. You personally, what is it in your own situation? What if she insists that she wants to keep her name and all that, would you allow it? If she insists that she wants to keep her own maiden name and says, I don't even want to use your own.
Why wouldn't she want to? We have to discuss it. Because we need to, a lot of the times, reasons why we do things are even more important than those things we do in themselves. So, if she sheds light into...
I want to maintain my identity. She wants to maintain her identity.
Is her identity tied to her name?
Yeah, well, as it stands, when you're looking at about a government identity, so your social identity, it is tied to your name. Because now, she would have to change all her documents from her international passport to, maybe a driving license and all of that. That is quite a lot. And she says, look, I want to maintain this identity. It's tied to my name. Yes, I have my own identity when it comes to my values and my characteristics and all of that. But if it is by identification, for identification purposes, I don't want to do all of that. Would you allow that?
Well, for this reason, I would need to probe a bit further, right, and to have that discussion with her. Because name change is a lot more deeper than the exercise in itself. It communicates something, right? It communicates that you are ready to because I believe that every family is a nation. You're ready to build a new nation with me. And if you are leaving one nation to another nation, then we should be able to build that nation together.
But this nation that you're talking about now, people now, due to different myriad of reasons, people who leave these nations, and then there's now an issue, why are you keeping the name? It's my name, give me back. For instance, let's talk about the one on social media that everybody's talking about, the Edoches and all of that has been going back and forth. Now, there's one people who's saying that the wife should drop the name so that she doesn't have the encumbrance that comes with it. She had to change every lot of things. We have a lot of popular people. The actress, Fetia Balogun, a number of people who something happened and they had to leave. And so is the woman now reduced to a case of, okay, so if it's Jennifer Lopez now, she'll have like 5 names because she has married 5 times. Why should the woman be to get to the place whereby her identity is based off the man? And then if something happens and she has to leave, as it were, like you said, we're not as tolerant as our parents would be to abuse, as it were. So people now leave marriages, So would she, if your wife has to leave you or something happens, that's not what we're talking about. But then would she have to now be changing, okay, so she'll now have to revert back to her married name, all the documents, from travel documents, how it is, even to renew international passport with the same name. You know how it is. Imagine changing name, NIN, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Do you see where the challenges can come in from now?
I see that.
So what is your take on all those ones now? In those kind of situations now, where it falls so like a Doche, Fatia Balogun, in such situations like that. Because now they are saying that, look, yes, I cannot change the name, but the whole having to do all of that again to revert to a maiden name can be problematic.
Yeah. So first of all, right, nobody goes into marriage with the intention to divorce. So the person who has gotten married 5 times, did not say, okay, I'm going to get married 5 times, in my lifetime. No. Everybody wants to get married and stay married.
These days,
those are exceptions to the rule.
I was saying to somebody that, look, I think marriage will get to a point whereby you have tenureship and say, look, after 3 years, let's go back. Do we want to continue? Yes, people.
They have got their contract marriages right now.
But in these kind of situations, like you were saying,
so nobody has that intention to get married and divorce. So when it happens, it's something that it wasn't like it was intended to happen. So in those, and I believe that even when or if one wants to change the name, it should be transitional. We should give the person time, to be able to do that. But then person also wants to now ask, what are there legal implications to this? So what does the ex-husband want?
Exactly.
You know, and all of that. So these are things that, because when people are getting...
I like where you came from, because you said, what are the legal implications? I'm not very sure of that one yet. But like you said, the person now, for instance, the Edochie has now married, you know, I don't know what the situation is on that place, another woman. Is that woman going to bear his name also? So what happens now? They're separated from this one, what happens to the former one? So there's a whole lot of this going back. So maybe we should just all keep our names. So yes. So what do you think? I mean,
no, but we are all not going to get divorced. Right?
Yeah, well, I know. So, but the point is this.
And because a lot of the times, you know, if you look at people who are married outweigh people who are divorced. Because a lot of the times we get the shenanigans of people are getting divorced, people are leaving the marriages.
Definitely.
We have a lot more people who are married than people who are getting divorced.
Okay, but now in a case of so what if it's a case of a compound name? So for me, I would personally not mind her name and my name.
Your first name, right?
Yes. No, my surname and her own. She can maintain her maiden name as a compound name.
Like a compound name with your surname?
With my surname.
Oh, okay.
I think, I don't know, I think that's an optimal.
Now, I want to sound like the interviewer.
Yeah.
So when you now get married, or when...
if something happens,
if something
have to separate.
gets to happen and get separate, what happens to the compound?
So you see, that's where there's another challenge also. A lot of people don't want to go through the process of having to change their names a second time and document. So they might have locked out, but they still keep that one. Now that's depending on the person. Yeah. You understand? But like you said, I don't know about the legal implications of keeping a name when if the other person decides to get married, there's another person.
So I think that
it's a whole lot of mess, you know.
So I think that we should now put more efforts into helping people stay married so that we avoid this kind of complexities.
Well, that is there, you know. But then it's a debatable fact. When stay married, is it the best thing for both of them in a particular situation?
Yeah,
it might not always be. True. But that's not the basis of what we're talking about here. We're talking about the debate on the change of name and all of that. But I'm saying that as a man, maybe men should be a little bit more flexible to allow for maybe compound names.
Compound names, yes. A lot of people do compound names right now.
You know?
Yes.
Because I think that maybe if there's a compound name, it's easier maybe for even the lady to still continue with that compound name. I don't know. Because that compound name is for her, it's not for you.
True.
It's not for the male. Because the male keeps his own name. But she with that compound name now is such a way that I think, you know, I think that it's a discussion that we'll continue having. True. But on the side of men, because, I mean, like you said, except it's a Otedolas daughter, they tell you now, Miracle.
I would gladly.
So if she leaves, what will happen?
I have to keep that name. Or maybe I would have used that name to be
I'm
my
doubting
brand.
it's your expansive now. I don't trust you these days. You keep the name. But you see, like you said, the name, and I've heard people say also, names open doors.
True.
I mean, we've seen, there's also this lady also, I mean, we're talking about actresses because they're the ones we know. Yep. There was the Alakija also, somebody gets married, or a Danjuma, for instance. We've seen this at different. You get married into a powerful name, and then you say, okay, that name has opened doors for you, and you want to keep it. I think that discussion will continue going. But I would say that on my own, men should also be more flexible, because, like you said, there's a question there's something you put across when you said that identity, is it tied to the name, or is it you as a person? Yes, for social identification and for the government, it's tied to your name, but then there is an identity that you have as a person, you understand. But then for recognition and for social and all of that, you need that name and all of that. So moving forward, what would you what's that word? What would you say is the best, the optimal thing to do moving forward? Just your final words on this.
Okay, moving forward, I would say that, like I said when I started, it differs from person to person.
Okay.
Each person should sit down with themselves and then decide what is best for them.
For them.
Looking at the best interest of everybody involved.
Everybody involved.
Right? And not be selfish in that situation.
All right. Thank you very much, Miracle Ihoma Otedola. It's been a pleasure having you on the show today.
Thank you very much.
That's a very strong name.
All right.
All right. Okay, that's it on the show for now when it comes to relationship. But take a time and I'll stay with us. The second lap is coming right up. That's a director, by the way.
Mike cannot get over this one.
But that's it. Happy New Year and welcome, of course, to Wake Up Nigeria. And it's been 1 hour we've had so far.
Yeah, I loved the relationship discussion, the change of name.
Change of name, You have a compound name, right?
No, I actually. Oh yes, I actually have a compound name,
Okay.
Ime Okoche.
Okay.
And to be honest, my husband actually had a problem with it.
With it, eh?
Yeah, at first. But
Okay.
then, well, we're still having.
So
that conversation, but
what was it? What did you guys? How did you guys come to a compromise for you to still keep that? Is that on your official documents?
yes, it is actually on my official document.
Okay.
Right, it is actually on my official document. But at first, I was like, why would you want to keep it? But hey,
it.
I mean, yeah. We know how we win those, arguments in the other room.
But why did you want? I can't even say this again. But hey, come on. Yeah, that's it. And I think that a lot of things will change moving forward. But hey, come on, everyone should maintain their identity. My name is Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Ime Okoche. Remember that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv.
And of course, you can hit us up on social media. Our app is also available. It's available on iOS and of course the Android stores that you can get it. Social media, it's at TVC Entertainment _. You can hit us up. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
All right, guys. So let's get right to what we have.
Yeah, we've had a lot.
Yes,
but we just have one more big thing to happen, of course.
We have award-winning film composer Tolu Obanro. He'll be gracing our couch with his lovely presence later on the show. Of course, he's the Nigerian film composer who made the score for Gangs of Lagos, Jagun Jagu, and A Tribe Called Judah, amongst other blockbuster movies.
My name is Tolu Obanro and I'm a film composer.
Right, still on name change. Winfrey.
Yeah.
Did you have to... there's Winfrey, there's that. Did you have to... Do you have a compound name or did you have to change
No, I don't. I took it all out.
it? You took it?
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, basically, I don't know. I just see it as, I mean, it hurt my dad. He still hurts still today. Because he was like, out of all his children, he didn't expect me to take out the names completely.
Do you know they have
Yeah,
it
they
as-
actually have perfectly. Yeah. So my other sister is Priscilla Okolo Umaran, and the other one is Isabella Okolo Itodo. But I took out the Dania, and it's me that even carried two of his names, two of his solid names. The Dania Okolo, I took it out. So I believe that when you get married, right, you're starting a family. You're starting a new line. Do you understand? And I also feel it's just also a way of telling the person you're getting married to that, okay, I'm all in.
Yours.
I'm all in. Seriously.
I'm all yours,
and
baby.
Also, the whole idea of, okay, what if the name is a strong family? Or $10, I just want to... You don't plan your own. You don't plan your husband.
Ogbeni,
You have a
forget-
name that is... No,
Look, you
seriously,
know,
I feel
I know.
certain things
They say
it's only
if you don't come for Ishmael, let Ishmael come for you. But
Exactly.
if my family name was strong before me,
please,
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Let's let him rest.
Yeah, but you see, but like he said, and it seems like a joke. But it's not joke, so if they tell me, that's my cause, let me change it.
You
I will
see,
change
you
his
change
name.
your name.
It's just a name. It's not my identity. It's not. But
But to be honest,
So that
I think I would
is-
love my daughters to still keep their names.
Why would you...
I would like them to keep it alongside their husband's names. Right. Elsie Okwoche. What's head up?
But you didn't take your name now. You didn't drop your name
I
completely now.
email Okwoche.
That's what I'm saying now.
Me? I still have my email.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I just
still have- that's
feel
my
that
dad's middle name.
I just feel like it's just a new line. You're starting a new line. You're starting a new journey.
Okay, but
and
then-
also nobody talks about the trauma of changing the name. It's real.
What
though.
trauma?
I went through trauma changing my name.
Why?
I'm not even joking. I'm serious.
Are you
Because
kidding?
I'm serious. Because to me, I've been known a certain way throughout. As much as yes, we come here and people are like, oh, remember the first few times I introduced myself as Winfrey Daniel Okolo.
Yeah.
It is a mental thing that has to change. So for me, it was like, oh, okay.
It was not easy,
It
yeah.
was not easy, literally
And
just
then,
blending.
that's
into
not what we-
Let's not talk about the stress Nigeria will first put you through changing your
Exactly,
passport and
your
all that
documents.
and everything. But like to me, to be honest, I had to literally mentally like switch. And it was actually something
It
that
wasn't
that
same for
happened.
me at all. I didn't
was
experience
easy
that at
for
all.
you.
It was
Because
easy
you
for me.
compounded your name
mentally
now. That's what I'm
and even with documents. Funny enough, the
I think it
documents
wasn't
it wasn't a hassle at all.
I think it's different strokes for different folks
Yeah.
here. But my point is that not in your situations, but people that, like we mentioned, a lot of celebrities that we've seen, like the Edoches, like Alakijas, like Balogun, we've seen it at different points in time. Imagine someone goes through that kind of thing you went through, and then the marriage doesn't work out, or they decide to go their separate ways, and then you now have to start going
all
back
over
again.
again.
So that's the thing. So I feel...
I don't know if you get what I
understand
mean.
That, but I also...
That's
believe
where-
that's the problem that you solve along the line. Not that you plan from the beginning. So I won't change my name just in case the marriage doesn't work. You're already pre-entering that.
Yeah, but you're
But you know,
emptying it because
but you know,
Yes.
people preempt because a number of times some people don't go into marriages that they wanted to. Sometimes they were forced, sometimes it was betrothal. So yes, people do preempt it.
Even in those days when they beat
People
food,
preempt
then it was serious.
Yes, then I know.
And that's the idea.
The leash for our tolerance level has really decreased. People abuse. But then I'm telling you that people preempt because not every time. I know friends who got into it because they told them, oh, you're of age now, it's time to go. Let me go and bring one girl for you. Of course, they had to sit down and start thinking that if this is no worker, how would it be? Even for the girl that comes in.
Well, I think
so people do preempt it going into unions.
I think it's different strokes for different folks, Mike. There are people who really do not take these names seriously.
There are people that don't
and then there are people, and then there are people
you don't take it
who
seriously.
really take it
the government will
seriously.
take it seriously because, like you said, honor to renew passports. It's just now that, of course,
Now
we have a
it's
Minister
easier.
of Interior.
Exactly, the Minister of Interior has made
They're
it
still working on it. It's not that it has this thing. We're still here in process. INARA started that way. There are a lot of things that I forget. Let us see it. Let us see the process being worked on. We're talking about foreign embassies. You know how hard it is for even foreign embassies for them to renew their passports over there? It's a big problem. So if we put everything online, it's going to be much easier. But I'm saying that if you don't take it serious, the government and all of that, they will show you that it's serious.
Yes, of course.
Because, the switching, and then, like you said, if you have to switch back. So some people say nobody plans for it. Some people go into marriages and they preempt and say, look, what if it doesn't? Like I said, people that did not make the option, it was not their choices.
To be honest, I really do not think that, because I would like to believe that anybody who's marrying into a prestigious or, reputable
What if that one happens and when you break up, you say,
in that
"No,
regard,
change."
it is it was a strategy. You planned it.
No, me, I will not. If
You
we,
can't
if
just.
I marry Otedola,
So
I'll not go out
It's
to.
planned. Do you understand? So you cannot just. You're not. Yes.
Because it happen, you're not
Do
leaving
you
that because
understand?
come on.
So
now.
it's a plan. It's not just something that just happens. It's a plan. It's how people are being. And to be honest, I'm actually going to sort of applaud this generation of of the Gen Zs now.
Yeah.
Nobody's just getting married for the fun of for the sake of getting married.
Yeah.
Everybody is planning.
Trying to make sure that
you're making everybody's thinking and
Exactly.
thinking and
And then you have some people that don't even. You have some people that don't even take the husband's
salient
name at all.
strategies.
There's some people that even keep their full name, and they are married, but they don't even. We see marriages like that. Even some old marriages, they don't change anything.
Yeah.
You're hearing this one, and you're hearing
But in the
this
end of the day,
But you know what? There are even a lot of people that are actually bearing their husbands' names, but it's not reflected in their documents because they don't even want to go through that stress of,
So there's a whole lot.
passports,
There's a whole
newspaper
lot. What are your thoughts?
publications, and all of that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that debate? It's quite an interesting one. Let's hear them. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.tvc.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Chef Belinda is still here, hard at work. In case you're just joining us, we're literally making quinoa in will I say quinoa in vegetable or just quinoa, right? Stir-fried vegetables, right? All right. So far we've literally what have we done? Tell us, Chef Belinda.
We've cooked the quinoa. It has been cooked and it has risen. It was small before.
Yes, it has.
Then we started. We've chopped all our
Chopped and
vegetables.
sliced, yes.
And fried the ones that.
She added some plantain to it, just to give it that sweet Nigerian taste. Nigerians like sweet.
This one is actually nice like this.
Like that, right? Yeah.
Kind of with sweet, tastes like rice.
It tastes like, yeah, it actually does taste like rice. So what, did we season it at all?
Yes, I seasoned it with seasoning cube and then salt.
Seasoning cube and salt,
Yes.
okay, awesome. So we boil like we're boiling rice, but we actually fried it initially, just so it doesn't stick together as much before we started boiling it. So yeah, that's it. And now we are literally stir frying all our vegetables, starting out with the onion. And in here, in case you're wondering, we also fried the chopped beef for a bit and our fish fillet.
So we are chewing only your food. You are
okay, so our carrots is going in next.
Yes. I don't know supposed to be doing this one now. Please come. I'll tell you what to put, please. Yeah? Fry. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Today you are very, very obedient.
What's going in next? Tell me.
This is the tomatoes. Tomatoes and this bread will go.
The tomatoes and the bell peppers.
Yes, they're going there.
And so that, in case you're just, joining us, we have our ingredients right there on the screen. Stir-fried quinoa with fish fillet. And, of course, all the ingredients are right there. Quickly write it up, try the recipes, post it on social media, tag us at TVC Entertainment _, and let us know how it came out. Okay, so now our tomatoes and bell peppers are in. We have this giant chunk of pepper, trying to make it in. And carrots are in as well. So we're just going to turn that for a while.
Okay, fine, yes.
Yeah, of course. It looks nice. I mean, it's vegetables.
So we'll add the green now.
The green, yeah, still giving us Christmas vibes, you know? All the Christmas colors are complete. Love it, love it, love it. It's actually very, very healthy, and matching it up with vegetables makes it even healthier. I'm definitely going to try this recipe, Chef Belinda. Don't worry, I'll give you reports on how exactly it went. Yeah.
Use the spices and the ginger and garlic now.
Okay, how do you want to do that? In what quantity?
Mix spice, that's like a tablespoon of that, so just gauge
Where's
it.
the tablespoon?
Use the edge of this, no need.
Chef Belinda, you are the expert.
Come and gauge it.
I'm looking for a tablespoon.
Use
Okay.
the edge of that. Yeah. Almost, we're getting there.
So in this mix, is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Ginger and garlic.
Ginger and garlic. Everything, half of it. Okay.
I think this beef will come in now.
This is a very, very rich meal. Because I know quinoa itself is not cheap.
Quinoa is not cheap, oh. Hey! This one is not from Nigeria, actually. I got it. But
Yeah.
when I checked online,
Quinoa is not cheap at all. That I know.
1 kg is about 15K
Yeah.
for 1
It's
kg.
actually not that cheap, but then again, health is wealth now, so yeah. Eat the right stuff so that you don't spend all that money in the hospital, right? So yeah. So what else are we putting in?
Okay. We'll add the quinoa now.
We're adding the quinoa now?
Yes.
Okay. Quinoa is going in.
Hold it, bend it to her, let me.
Okay, so we're actually going on a break right now. Still so much to come right here.
We are staying very well, stay together very well.
So who now cook this food now?
It's you
If
now.
they ask you.
It's you now.
All right, it's me. Better be me.
I'm adding the sweet corn to it.
Yes. We have onions, carrots. We have our chopped beef already. So what next is going in, Chef?
So
Tell me.
plantain is going in. They are just saying we have it because you are the one that cooked
Yes,
it.
now.
You have to tell
I
everybody.
already know now, of course. They need to know. I'm putting in all the plantain.
You can leave some.
Okay.
Let's see.
For this side, right?
Somebody will just chew this one at the back of the cabinet.
Okay, looking really good. Yeah, quinoa is expensive. However, you can see when you make it, it actually swells a lot.
Yeah.
So now this one can serve like what, 10 people? Okay, depending on the type of number, the type of amount.
Hungry man size.
Hungry man size.
4 people. But let's have a taste of it. 6, 7 people.
6, 7 people. It actually does really, really
But this
swell.
is 500 grams, not half kilo. This is 500 grams.
Yeah,
It's not up to 1 kg, yes.
it's not up to 1 kg. Yeah. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. So the plantain has gone in.
So this will go in now.
Yeah. The green
Green
beans.
peas.
Green peas, rather.
Big beans.
Baked beans.
We would have carried to Rishi Kino.
Do you understand? All manner of things are going in. But anyways, the amazing thing about cooking is art. Whatever you like,
Yes, just add.
you add it. Yeah.
You can actually make this quinoa like jollof as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
okay,
you can make
okay.
it jollof style.
Okay, or coconut style.
Jollof
Any
style,
fried rice,
just the style.
anyone.
It's like rice. So whenever
Can
you
you do local quinoa?
put palm oil there and turn it.
Add the palm oil.
Add the rest and crayfish.
And some palm what? And dry
You are the one
fish.
that will try that one. But it actually look like, imagine more dry fish inside this.
Do you understand? It makes
Might
sense.
go
oh.
well,
It
forget.
go well. You get some
will
ugu
add
and some
it
sense
carefully.
leaf.
Hey, go and set leave one more.
Oh my goodness. And our cabbage has gone in now. Okay.
That's your stirring now.
Rich.
About to go down. So when you stir that very well now, we'll turn it.
Man is spending meal.
But let me help you. You have tried. You did well today. You have tried.
God bless. Nice, nice, nice. Looks really, really good. Coming out really, really nice. No, but our fish is not going in, right? It's
No,
on the side.
It will be on the side. I will just
Amazing.
put some vegetables and
Oh, rishi quinoa, that's it. You said it. Right, the quinoa has taken a compound name.
a compound name.
Rishi
quinoa.
quinoa.
So we'll take this off now so that the vegetables will not back.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
the cabbage. So.
Yeah, of course. We also don't even want the quinoa to be too soggy, so yeah, perfect time. All right. Looks good. Well
Tested it
done,
tonight,
Chef
Camilla.
Belinda. Well
It is
done.
loud.
Okay, so right now, while we're serving that and plating it, so you see how nice it comes at the end, we actually have to go.
It is said that music in films is that extra layer that gives story a meaning.
Wonderful. She had to put that beautiful intro for this one. Because we have some sort of a magician in the house.
Yes, we do.
I've met people that one person is doing 10 people's job. This one
Right.
man, at
Only
times-
one, only him.
look, this one man has done, at times, he has done a job that I've seen 100 people do, and I'm not missing with 100. For me, he's a musical score composer, and for me, this is big because when I was going through my Spotify Wrapped, my top artist is Hans Zimmerman.
Okay.
So musical scores are something that I'm big on musical scores.
Yeah.
I love, when I look at the classics and all of that, so there are things that I listen to that get me into the mood. I feel like a lot rises and falls. A score, if you put a comedy score, a horror score. Horror is the score that makes it horror.
Yeah, it's the
jump
score that
scares
makes it
and all of
horror,
that. If you carry comedy now and put in action, and you're putting Fast and Furious and you put the comedy score, it will change the whole concept. So these people are very important. Tolu Obanro is in the house this morning, and a magician, I must say. Tolu, let's get straight to it. You don't have so much time, so let's hit it fast, man. What is the process for you putting together, to composing a musical score for a movie?
Okay, so just like music, there are genres to movies. You have to look at it. Is it an action movie? Is it drama? Is it thriller? Whatever it is, that's the first thing we normally I'll think about. So I'm looking at this movie. I start with the script. When I get the script, I kind of look at it like, okay, what am I going to do with this? Then from there, I start building ideas in my mind. I start thinking, what am I going to do to this? What am I going to do with this? Okay, this scene, I can call the director. This scene is actually people fighting. Is this supposed to be action? These are brothers. It should be rather emotional. I don't want to kill my guy, but this is my guy. My guy is messing up, so I want to kill my guy. So, it has to be like emotional. So those kind of roller coasters of emotion, thrills need to put into consideration before actually making a particular movie for a particular sound. Gone are the days where you just go on YouTube or somewhere, pick somebody else's sound and then put on your this thing.
People used to do it too.
I know they still do. Yes.
Now, let's look at Jago Jago, because for 2023, Jago Jago was one of the best Nollywood movies. Now let's talk about the music composition for Jago Jago, the soundtracks, the fall of the trees, the knife, the cutlass clanging, all of those sounds. You could tell there was a lot of, there was a lot of intentionality. You could feel the detailing and the efforts that was put in the sound and the work that went into it. So talk to us about everything that went into it. Was it done during post-production?
Were you on
or
set?
Were you on set? Talk to us about it.
Okay, so for Jago Jago was the first time I really insisted on being on set. I wanted to start imagining things. I wanted to start thinking it through. And then thanks to Niyi Akimolayan, he just like, first he said, but this is post-production. I said, but we need to be on set. They're like, okay, how many weeks? And I'm like, okay, 2, 3. And he said, good. Made provisions, and then I was there. So the first thing that came to my mind is, we have this brass-looking shield. Those are definitely made from baskets. So we can't make this thing sound like iron because it's rather looking like brass.
Yeah, raffias.
Yes, thank you. So from there we started talking. I did the music, I did the post-production supervision, then John Byers, my friend, did the sound design, started talking to him. This has to be this sound, that has to be this sound. And we started building the ideas from there. So there were some generic sounds we had to pull from there. We are this generation, and that movie was set to years and so I started to talk to people that are older than us. I remember speaking to Baba Ojopagogo, if you know him. He's a Yoruba legend.
Oh, okay.
Baba Ojopagogo is the old music legend for Yoruba films. Okay. What can you give us? I'm not going to do Yoruba sound, but I want a sound that when it's heard, even across borders, you're like, this guy really knows what he's doing.
Knows what he's doing.
But I have to make it Nigerian because it's ours.
Own,
so I spoke to him, he gave me some sounds, he gave me some songs. From there, I started thinking of sounds that they must sound traditionally international, if there's any word like that. You will hear it and say, this is definitely Nigerian. And at the same time, like, this can cross the borders anywhere. So that gave birth to all the sounds we did. If you look at it well, there was a sound for the bad guy Ogundiji. Anytime you see him, you hear that sound, and then a drum will follow. So what we thought of is, okay, this guy is like a king, bad king and kingmaker for the real king. So he needs to sound like a king. In the Yoruba land, if you are going to hail a king, he has to be like a talking drum.
A talking drum. In fact, you know, this thing, exactly, you pick up on this thing. This thing you're talking about, I know some movies and even Japanese anime where the sound preempts like 3 or 4 seconds before even the appearance of that particular person. You know, once you just hear that, this person is coming. One that comes to mind, I don't know if you remember, I think it was Infinity War Avengers. Oh, yeah. You know the Wakanda soundtrack. And they just know, the next you saw, you just see the Panther. It takes you a lot. And I like that you're mentioning this, and this happened in Jagun. And so, this leads me to my next question. The appreciation. Do filmmakers understand how
the importance
it is for a score? Because we've seen some movies that are in some ways critically acclaimed, and nobody's talking about the score. And for me, yes, you see good actors, you see a good set, but then score is one way. And you're wondering, it doesn't carry the emotion. I'm like, if this thing had a score to carry to it, it would do a lot for this film. So generally, you've been doing all this with all the big ones. We'll talk about The Tribe Called Judah. But do you think filmmakers appreciate, or they've come to the understanding of how important a musical score composition is?
I think one of my major dream is to make sure they do. And I've really been working on that. You know, I tell my team now that we cannot be on the ground. We can't stay silent and expect people to understand that they need this. We can't do things the regular way and expect people to think that they need a big budget for this. So, I mean, a percentage of them do, and no doubt you can see the percentage definitely going up there.
Yeah, getting that global recognition.
You understand? And it's definitely going to prick others to like, oh, this is, I really need to get on my sound.
I need to get on it,
and that, but, I mean, before now, I don't think anybody gives actual consideration to let's do this or not, let's do this.
Okay, so do you think that budget also plays a critical role in getting a film composer? That's one question. Secondly, still hinging on the global recognition, we have streaming platforms now that are, that has given Nollywood that, wings to fly. Do you also think that if it wasn't part of the criteria, it would be, it would be considered?
Yeah, I think that was...
Jesus would consider it.
Yes, I think that was the start. That was really the start. I mean, for Netflix to give you like a particular standard that this is what we can put on our platform, and then Amazon Prime Videos also say this is what we can put on our platform. Your dialogue needs to be this. I mean, till now, some film composers still just give their editors like editorial. No editor will be able to tell you this is supposed to be the LUFS for this is supposed to be this by the normal standard of broadcasting on either YouTube or platform or cinema. Nobody will tell you. They only tell you they can do 5.1 because their software holds a part of it that you can use in listening to 5.1, not in making 5.1.
That's why you're talking about the surround.
Yes, you can't make that surround sound using your editor. So it needs to go. So Netflix, Amazon, and these good platforms are really helped to help elevate the level of generally the level of film we do in Nigeria. These days now, people give consideration to like having a good standard so that they can actually pitch it to these platforms.
Okay, wonderful. Now let's talk about A Tribe Called Judah. With as much acclaim, critical acclaim that the movie had, when I watched it, I was talking to a friend and I sent a voice note and I said, I wish you all could hear it, but I said the musical score was one of the best I've seen. It was very good. It lacked in some parts. I mean, and the reason why I would say so is that it was one magician doing the job of 100 people. But you see, a lot of people don't know that they felt some things that they felt in that movie because of the score. You felt some points where, oh, hey, this person was getting into somewhere. Just a simple scene of somebody walking somewhere. In slow motion, and then what you hear behind, it takes you somewhere
else. Now that you mentioned that, the scene that comes to mind was the scene where the brothers walked in with their costume on.
Exactly.
That sound, it carried,
So I want to talk about it. I'll give it an A- for me for that. The soundtrack was excellent, just some few parts. Now I want to talk about you creating this here. I know that maybe it might be a budget the budget that they put together. So, because I've seen where, like I spoke about, when I see Hans Zimmer, when they want to put together a soundtrack, you might see a whole orchestra.
Yes.
They are watching the movie in post, and then they sit down, and then every scene, they're watching, no, I want this, they play this scene again. I've seen compositions that way, but that is not something that you can just sit down and give somebody and all that put together. You know, okay, what is that thing, your optimal setting? If everything as it should be, what would you desire from a filmmaker for you to create something on that stage?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me put it this way. For Tribe of Judah, I had like another sound guy that worked on sound design, dialogue, and final mix, and that was Color Day. So I had time to focus so much on music, within the time that I had. So this is the thing about films. Some films require that level of orchestration. Some don't.
Okay, yeah.
For example, if you ask me, Tribe will not require so much orchestration because it's drama and you need to pay attention. But for the little part of it, I was already speaking to an orchestral team. I wanted it done. But I had like a short time not really short time from when I was given, but short time to now assemble that orchestral team and tell them why I really
what
wanted
you really
to play.
wanted. Okay.
I needed it. There's this lady, she plays the saxophone. I spoke to her. I know she had like a band thing, but I was asking, do you have this instrument? And then not a lot of people play it in Nigeria. Do you have this instrument? So I just saw it's going.
So you have to get some softwares and all that.
So
it has to be.
Yeah, so I had to do like all that. And then for a Tribe called Judah, the good thing is, even from shoot, Auntie Funke is a very wonderful person. She knows what she wants. From shoot, she was already sending me stuff. Look at this, how are we going to approach this? Do you think we should do this? Funny thing is, the word Eya Judah and so many parts of the theme song came from her writing.
Are you serious?
Yes, then it was performed by Abi Wonder. So why I do is, normally I'll just talk to the director, what do you think about your movie before I start? So that it's not like, because it's always my idea, then my movie will sound like the next one I'm making, so they will never really sound like.
It has to be that synergy.
So if I had 2 hours, I tell you, keep on talking, keep on talking. Because look, for me, it's everything, sound of a movie. Well done, Tolu.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wishing you the best, and I hope you have bigger teams and bigger budgets.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we'll get to Tolu. Tolu, we have something for you in the kitchen. I hope you have breakfast.
Why not?
All right. But then just before we get to the kitchen, of course, you've seen all of this on set. And people are wondering, Christmas not end. Don't worry. With Wake Up, Christmas is continuing. Right, we have some giveaways here. Now, we told you on social media, mostly on X, we'll give out this stuff. So hit us up, follow our social media handles. We'll give you all the details there. We had already sent out some posts there. You see our post. Follow us on X. It's at TVC Entertainment _. Right? That's why you get all the details. We'll get all of this out by this week. We're going to get all of this out.
Come on, win something. No, don't sleep on it.
Tolu, let's head over to the kitchen. We have something for you.
Thank you.
After you. Beautiful, beautiful.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, the wizard of...
I'm telling you, real wizard.
Nollywood movies, beautiful.
Amazing. Okay, so we have Chef Belinda here, and she has put together quinoa for you, stir-fried quinoa. We rechristened it stir-fried rishi quinoa. We'd like for you to try it out and tell us exactly what you think about it.
We did magic here, the score of this thing. Tell us what it sounds like. So try it out, please.
Mr. Niyi, where are you? Kimela is actually the one that tries this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Please teach me. Where do I start from?
Start from anywhere. You can start from are those prawns or chicken?
Yeah, fish.
Fish fillet.
Fish. Wow.
So let's tell, I guess, what we have.
This rice-looking stuff, I think I'm going to love it.
Couscous.
Quinoa.
Quinoa, not couscous.
Quinoa.
Okay, sorry.
I don't want to bite myself before this.
So it's a healthy option for those of you that like rice, too much of rice. No carbs, just veggies.
Yeah.
This is nice. Excuse me. Can I finish it on TV?
Of course.
Yeah, sure, please. Go ahead.
But Tolu, well done. Thank you for coming. And like I said, wishing you the best. I'd love to see more of what you do. Well done. Well done, Tolu.
And to all our guests, Chef Belinda, thank you so much. See you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.